Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Gary Grigsby's War in the East. It's once again time for disaster at Stalingrad, or Stalingrad to Berlin as they like to call it. Either way, we're still here with some issues now. I actually do think I want these guys still up there. I want every man, woman and child ready to go to battle here. So I think as for this area, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's get you on there. I think there's also a depot, yeah. Alright, there's that. These look still relatively weak. I don't like this either, but I cannot go there. I do have 11 Panzer on reserve. These guys should just be on refit. In fact, I think I'm just gonna get 14th Panzer out up to Kotelnikovo. They're part of that Panzer Corps. Actually, let's pull you back to Gnilo Aksakskaya and refit there. It might be a little bit better. And they can dig in there for the moment. Technically, it seems like there might be chance for an encirclement, but I don't feel good with the Soviets there, and I have a pretty weak position here. It will be very easy to get overextended in that area. So I'm not taking any chances, to be honest. Then out here, I want these guys to move up front though. Now the main problem... Do I have a depot at Morozovskaya? I think I do. But then... Yeah, I do, and I'm not prone to give it up. There is also a rail line going there, so I'll get them to refit over in that section maybe next turn. They'll once again be able to continue. I feel currently it might actually be better to retreat with them for a little bit. And actually have both of these panzer divisions in reserve here, in the back. And then hopefully they'll have more movement and stuff on the next turn, more combat prep points. Things like that. Now, they're at 15 out of 15, so that's exactly the limit. The only problem here is that there's those guys. Like as it is, they have 9 out of 9. But 1, 2, 3. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move 5th Romanian Or 6th Romanian, and put you under the 6th. And there are these smaller units, but that's kind of irrelevant. Actually, it says they're out of range. I'll just put them... Do I have something else? Like the 4th Romanian can take these separate parts. And what other... Okay, so there's here. This unit, 4th Romanian. Now that we have 4th Romanian covered, I see that they have some howitzers, etc. battalions too. The 7th, these are part of the 3rd Romanian army. So now the 3rd Romanian army is overburdened. Unless I do the following. And put you under the 7th. Now I think all that stuff is probably better put under the 6th Romanian Corps. So if I can put it there, I will. Let's see. Yeah. Wait, this is German flag. Let's put it on the Panzer Corps. That's weird. Okay, so they're kind of empty, and I think the Cavalry Romanian Corps should be too. They are already empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Yeah, I can never get all of them. Either way. And now 3rd Romanian Army is no longer overburdened. 4th Romanian Army is okay. Now they have everything under control. Okay, that is good. Because then I'll send... the 295th Infantry Division a bit further back, because they need a lot more repairs and such. They're definitely doing a lot worse. And that in turn means I can get the 3rd Panzer Corps HQ here, which means that they're too far. But I can send this 2 axes away. That sucks, at least in terms of the depot, because I don't have it on the depot anymore. But now they're again in command, and they're also at 14 out of 15. So technically that should work out, except that they don't pump the depot anymore. Yeah. All of this is super weird, but that's just how it is. This is also a dangerous spot. We'll see how those things go. Let's take a look at the 3rd Romanian Army. It has no other support units there. 4th Romanian Army does. Construction battalions are fine, but to be honest, I really want to send all of those to the 6th Romanian Corps. It might be too far. Because I think currently the 6th Romanian Corps, at least for the 4th, is the only one that matters right now, and none of the other ones. Let's, for this turn at least, put you under the... let's see, I do have a corps here for the 4th Army, right? For the 4th Army, that's a 7th Romanian Corps. They're at 96, but at least that will make it more likely that they'll pass any check. Unfortunately, these guys can go down like this. I don't really like that, to be honest. I sincerely hope they won't. If I put you in here, yeah, I feel rather weak, but I want to circle those. Yeah, the 6th Romanian Corps is the only one that matters here. So if I can send it, I can... Well, let's move you up. And then try to send those to the 6th Romanian Corps. There we are. I know these are relatively minor things, but every little thing helps here. And I'd rather do things to near my best capability, or whatever I think is potentially the best choice. Obviously you cannot get everything in that regard, but I do think it pays to try. And for example, things like that, that's just no good. They might be under this core. Sure enough. Is this a city? No, it's just clear terrain. There's something here. There's another core. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rather than it should be like this. So that they also get the connection. Now, I do need to pull back here a bit, and I'll have to... First of all, the 23rd Hungarian needs to be pulled out, at least to, say, Starioskal. I might actually get them to Ostrogosk for one turn, but we'll see. Secondly, if I can get the 3rd Julia Alpini over in this here, then I can send the Barbo Italian Cavalry Brigade, which is doing fine, by the way. And we'll get them out of that hex. $19. That's still not ideal, but it's better than before. The only thing is, now there's their gap, and thus we have a problem. I think these guys will be able to bear full force on this hex, so in order to save the Hungarian army, I don't think that's going to be a good idea. Now, ideally, I'll put a unit out here. I think in this hex for starters. Could get both of them there. But then they're still relatively close. If I put them here, we're creating a bit too much of an opening, I think. I would most likely, or most rather, triple stack that, even with these. But it's still a 9 only. Definitely not good. Let's hope that putting a few Germans there might actually help the situation a little bit. I can keep these guys on a refit in Ostrogozhsk, and I'll have the Barbo Italian Cavalry Brigade help out the Germans, which are weakest here. Doesn't help much, but it is something. That also allows me to continue refitting the Hungarian Armored Division here. Especially since, to be honest, I actually want to get the 27th Panzer in here and put them on reserve in Ostrogozhsk. Now, I know that they're not doing too well here, but I have this here corps, the 24th Panzer Corps. It's doing a bit weird there in terms of HQs. Well, next turn I can get the 42nd Corps in there. As I said in the previous episode, I'll be taking them from the Crimea in order to help out in this little area here. Don't really like the way they're dealing with it here or this. I think I'll pull out of this section. Oh, I'm in real. Like, why can't I attack like this? At least I might pull out. I'll see. I'll be thinking about it for sure. But I have less forces here than I do have here. So, you know, it's... actually start there and move back. These guys will need to refit, by the way, even after this attack, but currently we'll just need them around this division, maybe attack it on the next turn. Okay, currently I need to get the units laid out. So, first of all, we have 9 out of 9. My biggest problem that now they cannot go back. And thus I'll start here doing this, just giving a pullback. They just gave me that territory for free. There's no cities there. I don't really care. As it is. But I wanted to push those guys back to prevent an encirclement of some sort, and now I can hold the line here for just a little bit longer. And I think that serves me just fine. Anyway, 9 out of 9 up till there. And there's 11. 8. I'll put one of you under the 7th. Which is weird, but it gets them to 10. They're heavily overburdened any which way. 10 and 9. And these are part of this. The only one that's not in command now is the 294th Infantry Division. Italian army is not overburdened. I mean, I would prefer not putting it, but I guess I'll have to put them under the 2nd Italian Corps. Not the best. No support units. Let's send them some. And that's what they'll have to deal with for now. Do want to try and retreat here in an orderly fashion. There are a few woods here that might provide a little bit of protection as well, but not much. And the rivers are frozen, so we can't retreat too quickly either, preferably not at all, but we'll see. That means this area is now dealt with. Let's move up to 2nd Panzer, 4th Army. Oh, crap. Let's try again. Guy on the 2nd try. But that wasn't my idea of fun. And then here it was 18. It's hard to gauge sometime. These guys can try again. And I will ask them. But if there's no fortification level, we can kind of assume we can deal with it. Okay. Most of the 4th Army will still have to deal with the aftermath of Operation Whirlwind. Many of these guys are not ready for more combat, and I'm looking at having a majority of the troops trying to get to depots to reorganize and stuff like that. I need to have you on a refit. Can you get somewhere? They could get up here. Yeah. That really is the kind of combat where you hope that they will rout. Because what the heck? They cannot get in here. Wow, what an embarrassment. I mean, look, I see it, but it's just not a good time. No, I still have the problem that really they're all part of the that core. Well, they also cannot get on there. I'll have to move up. They won't like it. They'll have to take up this space in a while. But I'm a bit bummed out that they cannot get in the middle there. There has to be a way to make sure that Second Army is less overburdened here, because if I can start with finding a unit, Ferdinand Schau, he is not very good for his infantry, and as a Panzer Corps commander he has also 2 infantry. I mean, I expect at least a 7 infantry from these guys too. And the best guy to do it is Erich Brennenberger. Sometimes I recognize the face, but not the name. And I'm like, I've seen this guy before. Alright, replaced. Now, that means under that Panzer Corps here, I can at least put you under it. Right. So what that does is the following. It took off another 2 from the 3rd Panzer Army, which means that they can take 7. Which means that if I take the 55th Corps, put them under 2nd Panzer Army, And then give away 1 unit. Well, actually, this is already fine. It reduced the chance to roll, but I have the 8th Luftwaffe Field Division here. So I might just as well send the 8th Luftwaffe Field Division into Army Group B, because they already have 2nd Panzer Army. And we'll be fine. Absolutely critical that my generals have the best possible chance of making their rolls. And now 2nd Army is no longer overburdened. And yeah, I need to put you under the 24th, which is doing fine now. Okay. You're at 8 out of 9. Got all that stuff. Excellent. Okay. That deals with 4th Army and 2nd Panzer in parts. The thing is, I still need to shuffle around for a bit over here and hold in place with other parts. It's a bit of a shuffling for everybody involved. But for now, I'll just try to hold firm in those locations. Put whoever needs to in refit, and if they're over 11,000, they're not likely to need to go into refit, but these panzer parts definitely will. And like this is also not looking very nice. 48. I moved them back into the city because I think they're gonna launch a massive attack there. I don't think that's gonna be good. These guys might also not even hold if they do that, but at least it's a hex away, so they need to move. Because I certainly don't see it working out any other way here. Okay. That's you guys. Let's go in here. I'm just doing this to grab the hex and then move back. I want to have the least amount possible units need to deal with it. Shit. Gotta be kidding me. I mean, fuck that. I mean it. Shit. All right. Seems like I need to do that either which way. With the panzers in reserve, I don't really like the way that's looking, but maybe that will help a bit. Yeah, crap. Well, for the moment, let's just clear them out. Slow and steady wins the race there. And with these guys, I'm just kind of trying to take as much of the rail line as possible to did go all the way to 109. So that was pretty serious. To have a unit there too. Kind of feel like I have to go after it, unfortunately. They only retreated. Oh. I think if I do a soft attack, okay, sucks. I don't think I can deal with that guard's rifle corps in the same fashion, so I'll have to leave it like this. As it is. I do think I'm gonna send out the 246th though. They're in good shape and I could use them at Stalingrad. And yeah, it takes a while for me to clear this through any means, but they can do it by themselves here. Certainly now they're completely stuck. Let's get rid of those guys first. Trying to walk the least amount of ways possible. Ah, okay, they did. One surrendered and the other retreated. Interesting. I won't take the city that way. But it also allows me to move just a bit further out. you kidding me? Wow. Okay, well I need to move these guys up to this position, so what I'll do here is I'll use both of these for another attack. Guess they retreated. And just do this. I mean, they're far away enough that it now doesn't seem very likely that they'll be able to break through, given the current state of my forces here. Let's get that Luftwaffe field division going though. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap things up here. I want to thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please do consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. Take care. See you then. Bye-bye.